Hello, and welcome. 2023 was definitely one of the years for anime, and now that it's over, it's time to kick back, relax, and reflect on the best that anime had to offer in this massive year for the medium. Which is why you should join me as I continue my journey to discover the perfect anime. And I'm making this video now almost a full month into 2024 because I believe that you should measure the entire year when it's already over. The Billboard charts finished their year-end list in October. The year isn't finished yet. Who knows, maybe Old Town Road Part 2 will come out mid-November. Anyways, despite how late I'm putting this out, I really wanted to make sure I knew exactly what I wanted to put on this list, as there were a lot of great anime that just barely missed the cut. And I'm only going to cover anime that premiered in 2023, but I will consider sequels or further seasons. Plus, in order for an anime to be on this list, it had to have been in one of my tier lists. So full series only, no special episodes, and no movies, so sorry Attack on Titan, sorry Kaguya-sama Love is War, sorry Suzume, sorry The Boy and the Heron, sorry The Tunnel to Summer, The Exit of Goodbyes, sorry any others I may have missed. Also, for anime that have carried over into 2024 from the fall season, I will only consider the episodes that premiered in 2023. Now, you might look at what I put in God tier on my seasonal tier list and go off of just that, however, there might be some surprises. But first, I'd like to start off with some honorable mentions. My Happy Marriage, Onimai, Insomniacs After School, Skip and Loafer, Zom 100 Bucket List of the Dead, Dark Gathering, Rent-a-Girlfriend Season 3, you knew I had to sneak that one in there, The Eminence in Shadow Season 2, The Apothecary Diaries, The Magical Revolution of the Reincarnated Princess and the Genius Young Lady, and any other anime I rated highly in my tier list. So with that, Kamikatsu, Working for God in a Godless World, is a mess. This is the exact kind of anime that people who hate anime think of when they think of anime. It's vulgar, in your face, has horrible CGI, and doesn't know when to hold back. That being said, there are few anime in 2023 that I had as much fun watching as Kamikatsu. The characters are beyond horny, the setting is preposterous, the beasts they encounter look like they belong on the PlayStation 1, and yet, I can't help but view this series as a twisted masterpiece that it is.
How about trying the upside-down Ahegao lunchbox?
Behind the horniness and depravity that awaits you, you're given an actually deep story filled with wild plot twists and moral questions being raised about faith, religion, and how the unknowing masses can easily be swayed towards believing what you want. I think it's important to note that the studio that made this, Studio Palette, knew exactly what they were doing, and the decision to make the beasts the way they were, or the tractor, was entirely intentional. There are a lot of anime that come out each year, and many of them are isekai. Doing what you can to stand out and add some comedy is more than welcome. Overall, this is definitely my pick for most fun anime of the year. Not that the anime to come aren't fun, but if you want an anime that you can just turn your brain off and have a great time watching, then you really can't go wrong with Kamikatsu. I had no idea what to expect for Pluto, and I'm glad. I love going into anime completely blind like I did for this series. I totally wasn't expecting a gritty murder mystery set in the universe of Astro Boy, but here we are, and I'm impressed that they're able to tell a complete story in only 8-hour-long episodes. Despite the fact that so much of the cast are robots, Gesicht, Brando, Epsilon, and the others manage to feel so lifelike, so human, which is exactly what the story was going for. In this being a mystery series, what matters most is bringing the viewer along with the suspense and the events that unfold. Watching this anime, I got so engrossed into it that I felt like I had become Gesicht, trying to piece together everything I could with only what I knew. That's how strongly this anime sucks you in. Its gravitational pull is even stronger than that of Pluto. Man, that was dumb. But as well produced and excellent this series is, I'd have to say my favorite part is still the North No. 2 story in the first episode. The entire story is contained within this episode, and while it features two characters who are never really going to show up again, it leaves such a lasting impact on you. If you aren't aware of Pluto because of Netflix being terrible at marketing, I don't blame you, but I can definitely give it a recommendation to anyone who is interested in more serious anime to watch. Heavenly Delusion is another dark, brooding, slow burn of an anime, but that's not to say it doesn't have its lighthearted moments too. Maru is horny enough to be any of the main characters of Kamikatsu, and Kiriko knows how to motivate him. But when you get into it, this is a journey that you, the viewer, are just as much a part of as anyone else. We don't know much about the world and how it got to this state, and we don't know where exactly our main duo is supposed to end up. And by the time the season ends, we're left with just as many questions as we had answers. That doesn't mean that we're not able to piece together who these characters are and who they've met, but everyone they come across is also on their own journey. Everyone has something that drives them and are trying to survive in this bleak and horrifying world. But the story also revolves around these school children in some mysterious facility, and while it might seem like there could be a lack of focus on either side of the story, eventually you're able to piece together more and more of the world and what happened in the past. Heavenly Delusion is a masterful work of art and show don't tell. And while it's not a perfect series, if we're counting only normal length episodes of anime, then episode 8 of Heavenly Delusion is the single greatest episode of anime of the entire year. Not even exaggerating, if I made a list of the best episodes of 2023, then yeah, it would easily rank at number 1. That being said, the ending really sets up for a continuation, and I hope we get it.
Stand proud. You are strong.
Of course I had to put Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 on the list. I mean, how could I avoid talking about it? The anime and manga are so wildly popular that anything I can say here will be perhaps a bit redundant. But watching Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 is like being in an abusive relationship. But the abuse is really good. Some may criticize that Jujutsu Kaisen is just a bunch of eye candy and that it's primarily just a battle shonen, with animation that is, let's be honest, now made at the expense of the people who are working on the series. But I'm not even going to disagree with the fact that the main appeal of the series is its animation. So if you're going to do it, then might as well go all out. And for what it's worth, Season 2 isn't just a Shibuya arc, as we had the Hidden Inventory Premature Death arc to begin with. And I don't think this arc gets the credit that it deserves, as it tells a beautiful yet tragic tale of two of the most important characters in the series. But come on, we all know what we were expecting for Season 2, and what was delivered was quite a feast. Of course, this only brings up more expectations for what's going to come moving forward, so let's just hope that MAPPA gives the animators enough time to work on it. Biggest surprise of the year for sure. I actually grew up watching a little bit of the original Trigun, and I can comfortably say that I don't remember anything about it. Which I bring up because I saw so much criticism and skepticism before the first episode even came out for Trigun Stampede. Fortunately, those of us who gave it a shot found out what a masterpiece this is. Yes, Stampede is entirely a CGI anime, but it's Studio Orange, who at this point should never be doubted for making CGI anime. If you're hesitant about watching this, it is probably my favorite action of the entire year, outside of Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. Just watch till episode 3 to give it a fair chance, as when I watched that episode, I knew what kind of a heavy hitter Trigun Stampede was going to be. The animation and movement is so fluid, and while this is a different telling of the story than seen before, the character development is outstanding for both Vash and his brother Millions Knives. And really everybody here. I got to love Wolfwood, Meryl, even Roberto De Niro, a new character for this series. And with confirmation that Studio Orange will be making another season, I'm so excited with what's coming next. No other anime in 2023 had as much style as Trigun Stampede, and even though this is just out of my top 5, I can't recommend it enough. Oh yeah, here we go, one of my most anticipated anime of the year, and with Mushoku Tensei Season 2, Rudeus faces his toughest enemy yet. Impotence. Okay, joking aside, props to Mushoku Tensei for taking the serious route and dealing with this issue. Yeah, we can get all of our jokes in, but for men who are dealing with this problem, it can be a catastrophic strain on your life, as shown by Rudy's struggles in the first few episodes. He reaches the lowest point of his reincarnated life that can rival that of the life he had before. And yeah, it might seem weird that his main motivation for attending a magic school is fueled for his desire to be horny, but this is Mushoku Tensei, everyone is fueled by horny. Except Ruijerd. But Season 2 to Mushoku Tensei almost feels like the antithesis of Season 1. In Season 1, every episode felt like another journey with Rudy, Eris, and good old Ruijerd traveling across the world. In Season 2, most of the time it's located at a magic school, which we had no shortage of in this year of anime. But what makes Season 2 work so well is it is entirely focused on the character development of Rudy. I'd hesitate to still call him a good person. If you hate Mushoku Tensei and Rudius Greyrat, I'd understand. However, seeing him win, seeing what he was able to accomplish in this season, brought such a massive smile to my face. I'm glad that Studio Bind is all in on this series because it deserves it. Yeah, it doesn't have a major twist on the isekai formula, but it doesn't need to. It just focuses on what it is and what makes the series great, with Rudy learning to become a better person. Sylphie is also in top contention for Best Girl of the Year too, so that's always a positive. Also, episode 9 of Season 2 of Mushoku Tensei is right there in contention with the best episodes of anime of 2023, right up there with episode 8 of Heavenly Delusion. Yeah, I put 2 anime here because, look, at this point in the list, you can make a strong case for any of these anime to be the best anime of the year, and I genuinely can't choose between Frieren or Oshinoko. You could call me weak for this, yeah, it's my list though, and to me choosing one over the other is like choosing gold or diamonds. They're both equally incredible. But it's pretty interesting how many similarities they have. Each of them spent some time as a #1 anime on MAL, and both have Yoasobi doing their OP. I was actually in Japan while Idol was in its massive historic #1 stretch on the Japanese charts, and yeah, I heard it a lot over there. Oshinoko had the single best episode of anime all year if you count extended episodes, with its first being 82 minutes, and Frieren had an extended release too, premiering the first 4 episodes at once. And it has been confirmed that it will go for 28 episodes, at least this season. Heh, I guess it's Frieren beyond normal episode count. Maybe I should put them at the same spot. I'm not fully convinced that they aren't the same anime. But if I could tell some differences between them, Oshinoko explores a darker side of the entertainment industry as it's a revenge story, but also an idol anime at the same time. And Frieren is about the passage of time and what it means to be an immortal and to watch those who love you die. Both anime are masterpieces as far as I'm concerned, and if you really want to know which one I'd put over the other, then I guess wait until 2030 when I make a best anime of the decade list. Yeah, that sounds like something I do, but for now, I just want to enjoy both of these shows with what they provide, whether it be a story of uncovering the truth or a journey of a lifetime.
Wow.
Yeah, you're seeing it right. I put The Dangers in My Heart at #2, higher than Frieren, higher than Oshinoko, Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, every other anime I've covered, and I still consider The Dangers in My Heart to be the second greatest anime of the year. I've already praised this series a lot previously in my spring tier list and my romance anime video. But you know what? I actually got some facts wrong about the series in the latter. I entirely missed Anna's character traits as was pointed to me in the comments of that video, and you're all correct. I apologize for doing so. I watch a lot of anime, and me getting some points wrong about them is, I guess, inevitable, even for anime that I want to praise to no end. But that still being the case, it doesn't detract from the fact that these two are made for each other. Anna's complimented by Kiyotaro just as much as he's complimented by her. Kiyotaro is clearly dealing with a lot of insecurity and hates himself. However, Anna comes to learn more about him and how good of a person he really is. It also helps he manages to be the king of accidental Riz. We've had a fair share of the loser gets a hot girl anime lately, and while you can criticize them for being formulaic and predictable, but you know what? I'm going to eat it up each time because it works. You know what the best romance anime of the year was? The Dangers in My Heart, because no other goddamn anime in 2023 was as beautiful and heartwarming as this one. I said this before in my romance video, and I'm going to say it again. But this anime, right here, is a warm hug. And now that it's winter 2024, we've got the second season ongoing, and it might actually be better than the first? Guys, this is a real deal. I'm calling it. The Dangers in My Heart will go down as not just one of the best anime of 2023, but one of the best romance anime ever. And with that, here we go to my number 1 pick. Vinland Saga Season 2 is the best anime of 2023. And that legitimately surprises me because while I enjoyed Season 1, I didn't exactly think it was the best anime of 2019. That anime would be Kaguya-sama, Love is War, but back to Vinland Saga. While I enjoyed Season 1 a good amount, I never really felt like it had that punch that it was so close to having until the ending with that incredible season finale. But now, Season 2 takes everything that Season 1 was known for and doesn't do it. Season 1 was loud, aggressive, in your face. There was a battle every other episode, men shouting at the top of their lungs, racing towards the glory of Valhalla. And Season 2 focuses for the most part on 2 men farming, working to attain their freedom from slavery, and trying to accept the actions of their past. I know a lot of people are put off by the dramatic tonal shift of this series, and if you don't like it, then that's fine. Not every anime is going to please everyone, and there is some great action anime that I put on this list already that I hope you enjoy. But Vinland Saga Season 2 is my anime of the year because no other anime did more for as many people as this one did. Vinland Saga isn't just a story of growth for Thorfinn, the main character, who had the greatest character development I've ever seen in this season. He learns what it means to be peaceful and to not react with violence in an extremely violent and turbulent time in human history. But his story can resonate with so many others and inspire our own growth, including myself. We all have things that bring us down, our own past experiences that keep us up and eat away at our very being. Sure, we're most likely not guilty of the same things Thorfinn did in Season 1, but we can all learn from his actions. And while I praised episode 8 of Heavenly Delusion earlier, the only other episode of anime from 2023 that I would say is on the same level is Oath from Vinland Saga Season 2. Seeing Thorfinn crawl out from his abyss, taking the ghosts of his past with him as Ashalad calls out, knowing he can never be free of it. But we use this in swearing that he'll never harm anyone else again brought me to my core. I don't care if it became a meme, but the phrase, "I have no enemies," resonated so hard with myself and countless others. If there's anything I'm going to take away from anime in 2023,
I have no enemies.
it's this. Hey, you think the video was over? Look at how much runtime there's left. Come on, I have one more anime that I need to talk about. The 100 Girlfriends Who Really Love You is also number 1. Yeah, I'm doing this. Did you really think with how much I've praised this series all year long that I'd go this entire video without mentioning it? There's never been an anime that I've anticipated as much as 100 Girlfriends, and now that Season 1 is over, I can confidently say it was well worth the wait. Rentaro, a man who is cursed with rejection after rejection because he shops at Lonely Mart, was given the opportunity to prove his love to who will eventually be 100 girlfriends. And even though we only got a few with this first season, it looks like we're in for a long haul here, folks, so be prepared for more 100 Girlfriends content in the future. I'm as committed to this series as Rentaro is to his girlfriends, which is a lie, because nobody is more committed than Rentaro, and now we have proof in anime form. Is 100 Girlfriends the anime with the best animation, story, and character development of 2023? No. But you know what it is? It's the anime that I was looking forward to watching each week the most, the one I rewatched more than any other, and the one that had me smiling from ear to ear every episode. Vinland Saga Season 2 is still probably the best anime of the year. I'm standing by that. But this is my list, and there's no way that 100 Girlfriends was going to be anything else other than my favorite anime of 2023. And it brings us one step closer to finding the perfect anime. And now that we're in 2024, it's time for me to finally focus on covering this year's anime, so be sure to sub Kami for more Katsu. 2023 was a great year for me, and I had so much fun covering anime and making these videos. So I can't wait to keep this going and bringing more anime content to you all in 2024. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.